Hey everyone, welcome to Latte Mingle, Empowering Women. I am Renee DiVincenzo. I am excited today to have Caren Cooper on with us. Caren is a member of our group, and what Latte Mingle is about, it is about your space to balance work and life, also to balance for yourself and your business. So today I have invited Caren to speak with us to share a little bit about what she does, how she helps women. And if you are interested about Latte Mingle, please visit us on Facebook, join the group, join us every Thursday at 12 p.m. And we have a great time just talking about a lot of things, what we do in women and all the hats that we wear. So I want to introduce Caren Cooper. Caren is an empowerment and mindset coach who helps Gen X women, entrepreneurs, and leaders break free from self-doubt, imposter syndrome. Through the neuroscience and somatics and energetics and trauma-informed practices, she helps women quiet their inner critic, rewrite old stories, and fully step into their power. Caren was a former corporate professional turned entrepreneur. Caren knows what it's like to break free from the mold and create success on her terms. Now she helps women ditch the outdated beliefs, keeping them stuck so they can lead with confidence, authenticity, and unapologetic self in expression. When she's not coaching her powerhouse women, you'll find her cracking corny jokes, laughing at them, roller skating to disco, and even better, watch her on social media as she does her dance videos, which I think are on Fridays. I have
They
seen
are
them.
Friday Dance Fridays. Yep.
Dance videos and hanging out with her two amazing young adult kids. So, Caren, I want to thank you for being here, and you have such a unique story. And I want everyone to know exactly how did you walk into this journey of what it is that you do? What brought you to helping women?
Kicking and screaming. First of all, let me say thank you very much for having me here. No, I did. I totally did kicking and screaming. Um, but and I very much appreciate being here. Thank you. And Latte Mingle is just really a cool group of humans. So I just want to say that as well. Yeah, no, I worked in the advertising industry for a really long time. And I'll just shorten the story. And I had lost my job in 2018 as I was turning 50, and I had an identity crisis back then, and I didn't take it as a sign that I should be doing I was doing network marketing on the side as well, and I never took that as a sign that I should become an entrepreneur. And so I ended up finding another job, and I was freelancing at NBC, and we saw the writing on the wall with the project. Anyway, long story short, the project was ending, and I was like, I don't know if I want to look for another job again. And the pandemic showed up a few weeks before my contract ended, and so I decided not to pursue another career, and not to continue my career and pursue network marketing and become an entrepreneur full time. In doing so, I had absolutely no idea what the hell I was doing. Like, I just was hitting a wall. I was on a never ending hamster wheel doing the same thing over and over again. And I was literally stuck in my own way, and I knew it. Right. And so I had been doing personal development for quite some time, but I knew there was something deeper going on. And so serendipitously, my mentor, Tracy Litt, ended up being on a training call, and she cursed him, was from Jersey. I'm like, sold. But it was really, it's a true story. It's so true because, I curse all the time. But what she provided was the deep inner work. Okay, that's what I was required. Like, why was I holding myself? What was really going on within me that was like, no, I'm not showing up as who I truly and fully am. And so in doing the work, because I went in kicking and screaming, because I was like, oh, I need help. And then it's like, when you get the help, you're like, oh, wait, there's all this to do. Oh, wait, no. Um, because I was willing to change, but you don't realize it. Anyway, that's just my story. Anyway, I did the work. I continue to do the work. It doesn't ever end. And when I started doing the work, I was like, okay, wait, I would love to facilitate this work to help my health and wellness clients. And I was doing network marketing in the health and wellness industry. And when I kept diving into it even more, I was like, wait, this is bigger than me. And I've been doing it now for the last year and a half, the mindset work. And what I've recognized and over this last year and a half more specifically is how Gen X women, the society calls this midlife, and I hate the term because it's bullshit. Because we should be put out to pasture, and I'm not even going to go on a rampage about that. But we are mad as hell and not going to take it anymore. And we live by these paradigms of like, I put a post about this the other day. We bring home the bacon and fry it up in a pan, and we have to be this and that and everywhere. And you know what I mean? And it's awesome. And yes, we can do all the things, but at what cost? Right. And that's also part of it. Wait, you're a working mom. And I wore the working mom title like a freaking badge, but it was like, and you're a working mom and you're not showing up and you're not this. And it was never enough. Right. And it all comes from within, but even still societal standards have it so screwed up that we should be whatever X and this, that, and the other thing. And as women, we're always, so we have that and then everything else. And then, our not enoughness and not worthiness, we're looking for everything external because of all these things coming at us. And so therefore I want to help and so the self-doubt and the imposter syndrome and all of these, who am I to show up, shows up. And I'm here to crunch that because it's done and I'm over it. And I'm tired of women not showing up.
Well, I will tell you, and I know you hear me say this a lot, even in the group, where I always say men may be physically stronger, but women are mentally stronger. And I say that because as you were sharing, as a woman, it's always, we're the go-to person. With moms or our husband or my wife will figure it out, or the kids, mom, can you do it? And you're like, can you call your father? What are you always calling me for? And as a woman, when we want to have this business as an entrepreneur, as you just had shared, we always find that we're interrupted a lot, right? Which causes a lot of this critical thinking that we do. And then, we get aggravated and we just have to go help. And, we're always there for our family. It is trying to understand, how do you not let that mindset get in the way, right? And how you identify that. So when you're working with your clients, when you're working with women, what is it that you try to identify with them that they could see themselves on what their own actions are to help them move forward?
A few things. Number one, to your point about being interrupted, there's a whole thing about boundaries, right? So part of the problem, part of the issue, I wouldn't say problem, is that we were, because a lot of us were people pleasers. We were doing for everybody else but ourselves. And so we never set boundaries. So what I do, the work that I do is this, okay? We get to the root cause. Like when I talk about trauma, I'm talking about like a little T trauma. I'm talking about something happened, right? An occurrence happened in childhood, the way you grew up, the environment you grew up before experience, and there was and something happened and you made meaning out of that. And that meaning became, I'm not enough and I'm not worthy, and manifested into people pleasing and perfectionism and overthinking and all these other types of things. So what I do with the people that I work with, we get to that root cause. So what is that root? Okay, we extract that root, and then it's data, right? It's all data, right? And we talk about what happened and what your beliefs were and what beliefs were formed based off of that root. Now we understand what happened here, right? Then we start connecting to our bodies, because we aren't connected to our bodies. We're neck up. So there's a lot of connection to the bodies and nervous system regulation. And we do rewiring and reprogramming at the subconscious level. And it's an identity evolution process. So you're coming to me with the trauma and the root cause. We extract it. We understand the data. We form new beliefs, new structures, new boundaries. And then you're evolving your identity to become a new version of yourself, really the version of yourself who you were before all the self-doubt and all the limiting beliefs took hold of you.
Do you find that at times too, that when you get to this root cause, how are your clients feeling? Do they get this guilt? Do they feel
Shame.
guilt that they
Shame, guilt, and shame and judgment are like the three big causes. And that's also like conditioning, because it's like we were never taught to feel our feelings. That's also part of the issue. So we stuffed everything down so much. It's like I feel shame and a lot of judgment because, oh my God, I can't believe I did this. And you know what I mean? Like those types of things. It's like we look back at, and it's from a lens of judgment, and all judgment is self-judgment, right? So the truth of the matter is it's really like looking back at it with compassion, because we really did the best we could with what we knew, right?
Exactly.
And
Right.
so the shame and the guilt and the judgment, we talk about disempowering states of being, we talk about states of being and how we want to feel on a daily basis. Part of what I do is like, we don't realize how we walk around feeling like crap all the time, and the
Yeah.
words that we speak, and that
Yeah.
those kinds of things, and what we're focusing on, right? So there's all of that involved in what I do with people as well, because we're talking about the words, that we're talking the feelings. Like you can't see because I'm on my phone, but there's pictures behind me over there.
Yeah.
But like I have one as a little girl, like in a superhero, and that's confidence. I have a beach, which is like trust. So it's like the feelings I want to feel on a daily basis, and I look at them all the time. How do I want to feel? Because you can actually be happy on purpose. And we also talk about forgiveness, and we talk about releasing the emotions, because
Mhm.
there's anger, right? There's a lot of anger too. How do you release all of that? And that's where the
Yeah.
connection of the body comes in. So that it's all tied together.
When you talk about that, I mean, when we think about it, when you're talking about the little girl, so much stems from our childhood.
Yep.
Like my parents, maybe it's because, for they were from Europe and they come out like we don't talk about things like that.
Mhm.
It's just kind of gets like buried and you bury it. And I always look at it
Yeah.
as like the cup of life, right? You have a cup, you have the water, and every time something happens, it gets filled and then it gets filled. And then before you know it, it reaches the top. And then when it flows over, that's what you're sharing is that starts to happen with women where we just can't even maybe even get out of bed, right? And it's just like we're stuck. And as I shared in your bio, how do we how do you help someone get over that? Are there just certain exercises you do
Yep.
with them? So
Yeah.
share an example if you don't mind
I
sharing
don't.
an
Inner
example.
child healing.
In the
Inner
what?
child healing.
So
Inner child healing. That's
what
the
is that?
example.
Well,
It's
how do you do
literal.
that?
I do meditation. So there's meditations
Really?
involved.
Wow.
And we literally do a meditation where you go back and you talk to your little girl.
Really?
Yes.
How,
Yes.
meditation, I always say I can't be, I mean, how do you, I mean, I sometimes I'm like, I don't even know if I can do that because I'm just so mind controlling. But there was a situation which I understand what you're talking about when I was working with someone with some trauma that I went through. And when she was saying that with meditation, I'm like, God, how the heck is that going to happen? But it did. And
Yeah.
I don't know, like if your client says, but I smelt like
Mhm.
flowers, which represented my grandmother. I had a
Mhm.
situation with my grandmother. And then, seeing my mom and stuff to realize that my
Mhm.
trauma, that when the cup went over, was this shock that she actually passed because she, for 50 something years, always had heart issues. And when she finally, had a heart attack, she did, she was, she was gone. And I
Right.
could not absorb that. So when you do these exercises with the inner child part, what is the healing solution for them?
The healing, well, part of the
I mean,
healing,
yeah,
it it's complex. To be honest with you, it is complex because each individual person is different, right?
right.
So, but really the healing that is done is there's a lot of forgiveness, right? So when you do, I'll talk specifically with the inner child, right? So when you do the inner child healing, you're talking with your inner child, you're loving your inner child, and you're releasing. It's really feeling the emotions. The healing is feeling the emotions and releasing the emotions.
Mhm,
Okay. And what does that do, right?
mhm,
And so healing is, there's a forgiveness factor as well, there's a fuck you factor, right? There's,
mm,
what range of emotions are you feeling, let them out. So
mm,
each person can be feeling differently. So I'll give you an example. I had a lot of anger. It's a lot. It's a lot of it. Um, to a lot of people. So a few things that I did, and especially in the beginning of my journey was, and when I did the inner child healing, I wrote fuck you letters to my parents, to my brother, to assorted other people, my ex-husband, assorted other people. I never sent them, fun fact, I never sent them, but I just wrote out everything, right? And then I was like, and it felt really good to just get everything out. And then I wrote forgiveness letters,
Mhm.
right? And I just, and because, I did that. And then I also, to myself,
Mhm.
because we all, it's everybody else did something, but the fun fact is I did as well, right?
Mm.
Like I was a prime candidate. I was very insecure and those kind of things. So it's also forgiveness of yourself for all the things that you've done and,
Right.
that kind of a thing. And now when I'm angry and when I need to feel that feeling, I legitimately have a wiffle ball bat and like bags of garbage in my garage. And when I'm angry, because I can't always get to a rage rooms are amazing. Basically, we go
Mhm.
literally break shit. It's fabulous, but I can't always get there. So I literally take the wiffle ball bat and beat the shit out of stuff in the garage just to release those feelings and feel the feelings until they need to be felt. And the truth is,
Right.
it's not, and I tell this to people all the time, sometimes you're just going to feel like crap, right? And
Mm.
that's okay. It's not to be, it's not to be bypassed. So
Right. Right.
sometimes it is a day price. That's what the healing is. The healing is releasing everything, making room for the new.
You're so right about that, and it's releasing because I know as women, and even sometimes for myself, it's like you want the help, you want to release it, but there's a part of you that holds back.
Right.
And I don't know if that part is, being ashamed,
Yep.
for someone else to know what you're going to share. And I think, when you let that part go, that's not important. The part that's important is starting to be you again,
Right.
starting to feel better, starting to live life, right? Because life is so short. And just starting to feel like a brand new
Yep.
person, like somebody opens up the window and you feel
Yeah.
that fresh air coming to your face. And that is what, if to those that could be watching or women that could be watching, that's the part that's important.
100%.
Do not worry about how you feel about talking to someone, talking to Caren about it, to just let it go. Because how long can you be that person with the ball and chain on your
Right.
feet and dragging it? So Caren, how can you be found? I know you have your I thought your website was there, but
Oh, because I went on my phone. My website isn't on my phone.
oh, okay. So all
See,
that information is going to be in the post, but what is the best way for people to get in touch with you?
love technology. I'd like to just, if I may, say something to what you were just saying.
Sure.
100%. When you speak with me, it's a completely and utterly safe space. Okay.
Right,
And when you're holding back, you're also still in judgment and shame.
right,
Okay. And so there's no shame. There's no shame in any of this. Okay. There is absolutely no shame. And I'm a completely and utterly safe space to talk to. And I do absolutely do discovery calls first. It's not like it's just diving in and working with me. We
right,
talk first. You know what
right.
I'm saying? So, because obviously some people drive and some people don't. So I just want to point that out as well.
Mm,
Um, and so there's that. And how do you get in touch with me? Social media. So my
hmm
website is CarenCooperCoaching.com, Caren, by the way.
hmm
And my Facebook and Instagram, my Facebook and LinkedIn are both Caren Cooper, Caren Cooper. And
hmm
my Instagram is Caren Cooper _ So yeah, just connect with me on social media. And when you do connect with me, just let me know that you've listened to this podcast. Share with
hmm
me any insights you may have, so this way I know where you're coming in from.
hmm
Yeah, I'll have to connect.
I mean, you are just such a comfortable person to speak with. You have a wonderful character, a great aura about
Thank you.
you, and you can make anyone laugh in things that you
Thank you.
want to do. So I want to thank you for having this podcast with me today. Thank you so much for being part of Latte Mingle. For any ladies that are watching this right now, if you want to be part of our group, just visit us on Facebook. All the information is going to be in the post for you to do that. And you know what? Hop on our calls at 12 p.m. Eastern on Thursdays, every Thursday. You don't have to say much. Maybe you just want to come and listen and see what is this group about and learn and have girlfriends, because that's
Yes.
kind of what I wanted. I wanted girlfriends, and we have them all over the United States. So we have a lot of fun on this.
Yeah.
So again, Caren, thank you for being with
Thank
us
you.
today. And to those that are watching this, please reach out to Caren. Leave any comments that you want, and Caren will answer any questions that you may have. So Caren, I want to again thank you for being here. And oh, before I forget, if you are in the Palm Coast area in Florida, because that's where I'm from. Caren, where are you from again?
I'm in New York. I'm in Staten
Oh,
Island, New
she's in
York.
New York. Former New Yorker, happy in Florida. You're Staten Island. That's right, Staten
Yeah,
Island. Caren is going to be here in September in Palm
I
Coast,
am.
and she's going to be joining me in a speaking event with Dr. Gigi Sabbath. It's going to be at the Garden Hilton here in Palm Coast off of 100. And if you'd like to come to the event, we're going to be sharing different types of stories. Like I said, we're going to be speaking, and you'll get to meet Caren in person.
I
And
know. Come
she,
hang out with me.
I couldn't believe she was coming. I couldn't believe it when I saw
I'm
your.
so
I was
excited.
like, oh my God, she's coming down. That's going to be so great.
Yeah.
So we'll have a chance to meet Caren in person. And again, I know I've said it, but Caren, thank you so much. And ladies, I hope you have a wonderful day. Make it a great day, and always know that you matter. And just to go out there and just smell that fresh air and do what you want to do that makes you feel good. And reach out to Caren, because she's
Yeah.
your go-to person.
Thank you.
Caren, thank you. Everybody have a great day, and we will see you at Latte Mingle next Thursday. Bye.
Bye.